Yo, 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 what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? Back once more with another daily live stream, day 75. We're officially 3/4 of the way there to 100 streams in a row. A major milestone, of course. Couldn't have done without you guys. Thank you every day for being here. And of course, we've got some more very big news to talk about with Casper. We can see, obviously, everyone's talking about it right now. Bitcoin has gone on quite a parabolic surge today, smashing past 63k support level, pushing towards 66k. This here is the next support level for Bitcoin. We're trying to break past right now. If we break past this, we could hopefully be seeing pushing towards 70k Bitcoin, which would be very big news. And I did state in my community earlier that I suspect with the way Bitcoin's going right now, I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin retest its all-time high, which is around the 74k support level. If I get the line out, around here is where Bitcoin, was at its all-time high back in March. We draw it across over here. I'll not be surprised to see Bitcoin retest this level before the elections, which are going to be happening in 3 weeks' time. So Bitcoin having to make simply just a 12% move from this current position to retest all-time highs in 3 weeks, I think is very doable. Now, I do want to reiterate that this current move for Bitcoin is a potential that is the move of is being conducted by whales and institutions to liquidate all the shorts that happen with Bitcoin right now. People who are shorting Bitcoin, they might have done that to liquidate them all, and they might then see a reversal, come back down. But I suspect for the most part, Bitcoin's going to probably stay around this region leading up to the election, and then starting to make a push closer towards the election as well. So I think at the point we're at a very good point with Bitcoin. It could come down again, we have to wait and see, but ultimately I think we're in a very strong position for Bitcoin, and Casper equally has followed in suit today, up 4.5% on the daily time frame, now valued at 13.89 cents. It is still very undervalued, still 58.6%, very undervalued, still near the bottom end of the power law, and it seems to be making, as you can see, I can't zoom in, unfortunately. Wish I could. Or click and drag the region to zoom in. Okay, wait. If that worked. Okay, there you go. Cool. So we can see it's okay. Well, messed that up. Shows how good I am with technology, apparently. If we go here, we click and zoom in here. You can see right now it's starting to rebound, making a little bit of it's like rebounding off the bottom band here. So we might start seeing a more definitive move to pushing upwards in the days and weeks to come, which is very big ultimately. So I'm feeling a lot more bullish about Casper as I am today. I'm sure everyone is for the most part. Hopefully it stays in this fashion, and I think there's a good chance of it, especially considering the announcements I'm going to be talking about in this stream. Major Casper listings incoming, and multiple KRC20 listings have just happened and are incoming as well. Now, this is covering what I did cover briefly in this roundtable yesterday. I spoke about it briefly in my stream yesterday. Shout out to Muscle Mike, who gave a bit of a TLDR in my server. Since then, I have been listening to it myself while I've been doing my own work, and some more stuff that I discovered through the stream, and I thought, it's very big news. I'll try and play it in the stream, although I've got some timestamps down that I've written down where I believe that it's parts that you think is critical to actually hear. Ultimately, this stream is going to also be in my free Discord server. If you want to go and check that out, it's on screen right now on my YouTube homepage, also in the description, and also going to be in chat right now. But this is, I think, a very big deal. What was stated in this stream, Wolfie effectively confirming tier ones are, eager to list Casper, kind of deterring any FUD that's around that ultimately, but also that they're just really early. And the reason why I'm not got any listings is because these listings, these tier ones, have to do their own due diligence. They don't actually want money, believe it or not. I'm going to try and play out one of them in just a moment. I'm going to answer the questions real quick, just saying everyone coming here. So, Bingo Bango Man, welcome back to the stream. Toggle Delay, good morning to you, my man. Jay Honey, welcome back, afternoon to you too. Vassel, or I say it, Vasselexo. Ala Caspians and Natchians, yeah, you know it. Good afternoon, Casper 4. Casper is up from Swede today. I want Zar to sell all of his Swede. We'll see if Zar enters the stream today. Although I did think about something actually, which was actually mentioned. I think it actually might also be mentioned at latter half in this roundtable from Wolfie and the other Casper members. That, and this is true because one of these speakers here actually confirmed that they were offered it themselves. Swede, obviously being funded by VCs and whatnot, they actually had approached, KOLs, key opinion leaders, content innovators, influencers, to promote Swede, talk about Swede. That's actually true. one of these people actually were told to promote Sui. So potentially Czar is someone who's also, being paid. Again, he might just be a FOMO. That's all fine. If he's FOMOing Sui, by all means go for it. But he might actually be one who's trying to, promote Sui because that's what he's been paid to do. Sui has the capital critical VCs to, pay people to promote the project. I don't think Sui's a bad project. I hold Sui, but yeah, I think Casper's a stronger project. And yeah, Sui right now is down 3%, whereas Casper's up 4.5. So Sui's not having a very, very good day, but is what it is. I'm not going to FUD Sui because I like Sui. I just don't like people who are just blinded. I mean, I say that, I guess I'm kind of blinded by Casper, you could argue, but I think my blindness comes from logic, whereas this is just baseless on price action, which I don't think is fair. Jasper, feeling good today. Good thing I bought as much as I could under the dip, even though I had a massive FUD. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised you had a massive FUD, my man. I'm not surprised, of course you would, but as the power law showcases here, where the bottom band of it is starting to now seemingly consolidate and starting to make a move upwards, hopefully. Bitcoin's now surpassed 65k, and hopefully it'll stay above that. That'd be huge, huge news. And then we've got many more coming with tier listings as well, I'm going to get into in just a moment. So, without further ado, let's get into some of it before I answer some more questions. The first part, of course, I'm going to try and find the timestamp. But from what I remember, I'm going to refresh the page just in case. And what I remember, I think it is the first part I want to play is going to be around the 31-minute mark. So let's see how this goes down real quick. I'm going to put it into 1.5 times speed so those don't have to, listen to it drone on for a long time. Right, let's go 1.5 times speed here, and quickly just pay attention to this because I think it's quite important.
Investments, and I thought that made sense. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Yeah, sure. One thing I do want to say is the SEC regulation on these poor crypto exchanges from the US has been completely egregious, and I hope that changes soon. I've actually spoken to some US exchanges about Kaspa just at a conference, and they're familiar with it. There's some exchanges who literally cannot list anything right now just because of the political situation around crypto in the US. So that's just some food for thought for everyone, as it specifically pertains heavily to Kaspa, as well as many other projects.
So that's one of the key points that I want to highlight in this roundtable. Of course, there's many, many more. Some I'm going to show, some I'm not going to show because I haven't actually listened to the whole stream just yet. I mean, literally was going through it, but that's one key point, which is why I put the title to what it is: major Casper listings incoming. Confirmed from the roundtable, which is everyone should know that anyways, but because of the SEC, because of their regulation by enforcement, their tyranny, the way they've been handling crypto in this industry, some exchanges have to take the sit back and wait and see approach. They have to do nothing because they don't want to get hit with Wells notices, with lawsuits. They can't do anything because of the SEC. And these exchanges also, they know of Casper. They probably want to list Casper, but they can't because they are not being legally allowed to do so. So it's unfortunate to see, but that's also why I reiterated time and time again that regulations are going to be a pivotal part for this crypto industry, but also for Casper. These exchanges know of Casper. They probably want to list Casper, but they can't do it right now. In 3 weeks' time, we could very well see a definitive moment in this industry. I'm not saying in 3 weeks we're going to see Gary Gensler completely removed, but depending on who gets elected, I think Kamala Harris would still remove Gary Gensler, but I know for a fact Trump would. We could see a very swift dismissal of Gary Gensler, a very swift revamping of the SEC, and a fast track to crypto enforcement and regulatory frameworks in the United States, thus exploding Casper's adoption as well. Because, what also is mentioned at the 19-minute mark, God, like kangarooing around here, hopefully this is actually correct. In this 19-minute mark, they mention about the fact that these exchanges, some of the big ones like Kraken, they don't actually want money to list Casper. What they just want to do is understand it more so. So listen to this again real quickly before I get into some more stuff.
Anxious, they think like, hey, I get a message every week or two like, hey, Wolfie, I know you're the guy who talks to exchanges, and I was thinking of doing a crowd fund so we could get some money from the community so we can get listed on a tier 1. And the funny thing is the big dogs don't want money. So Kraken is one of the big guys, and obviously we're speaking with them. That's why we appear on their potential listing roadmap. So that's one. They didn't ask for any dough. The big guys, they have a lot of things going on. They have a lot of projects trying to list on there. They have a lot of projects that do give them tokens to get on there. Then they have regulation and compliance that they have to really do their homework on. So even in the case of something like Caspa, even though, okay, it's pretty plain, a person who's been in crypto for 6 months or a year that didn't even go to like securities law school could tell, like, okay, it's a fair launch, it's proof of work, it's very similar to Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin's not a security, Casper's probably not a security. So that's not really a roadblock for us. But what is a roadblock is, it's not a roadblock, but it's something where they have to take their time and make sure. So our software is, there's very many things that are like traditional blockchain. So we have blocks, we have addresses, there's transactions. So those are all things that any developer or software guy is going to see and be familiar with. But then we have a lot of things that aren't like other stuff. We have multiple, just the block tag itself is a breakthrough tech. That's like our big breakthrough, right? Having simultaneous blocks ordered.
I'm not going to just play the whole thing because I'm not going to rip off people's content like that, but you get the idea, right? Ultimately, the long and short of it is these big dogs, in his words, the big dogs, so Kraken, therefore most likely Binance and Coinbase and all the rest of them, the big exchanges, they know of Casper, they want to list Casper, they don't even want money to list Casper. What they need to do is their own due diligence, like everybody else in this server, in this live stream, in this space should be doing. Do your own research before you invest into a project. These exchanges don't want money. Some of them do. It was also mentioned as well. I'm going to just bring it up from a mic here because I don't want to play that part out as well, because otherwise you could be listening to me just playing this stuff all day. But Mike confirmed when he gave the TLDR of it that, for example, where's the post? Where is it? Oh yeah, so Certec, an audit company, they have actually asked for $700,000 to audit Casper, which is a lot of money, and Casper's not done that. I don't know if they will do that. They probably won't. It's not really an option. Because again, they'd have to get it funded. They have to have the community funding for that sort of thing. But also because how can they audit Casper? As mentioned, as we heard at the latter half of that video I played, the X space that I played just there, it's unique technology that little to no one understands. So for them to get audited, they're basically going to have to pay them the money and then teach them all about Casper for them to then audit Casper. So they're pretty much going to be auditing themselves. So what's the point? I'm not saying they're not going to get audited. It's a very important thing they need to do, and they're going to probably get around to doing it. But it's just not on their it's not on their immediate priority. It seems right now. The immediate priority is just making developments and building technology, as Michael Sutton stated. When's the post of Michael Sutton that I've loaded up? Here. Maybe an unpopular opinion. A cryptocurrency that solved the trilemma doesn't need to convince everyone it solved it, at least not right away or at all. The true properties it has achieved will showcase themselves in time through challenges and dynamics as the economy evolves over it. God, I butchered that well, but you get the point. Casper right now, their focus is on developing technology, is to really build what they're trying to build. It's not. I mean, the listings are good and it's needed, but it's not the be all and end all. And because Casper is so innovative, it's so unique, it's such a new technology. As also mentioned in this roundtable, the Casper team worked over almost 10 years before launching Casper. That involved a hell of a lot of mathematics, calculations, tech, coding, all that sort of stuff. A lot of special things that it takes a lot of time to explain to an outsider. Also mentioned in my stream yesterday, again mentioned in this roundtable, that Marathon Digital Holdings, the biggest Bitcoin mining company ever in the world, who have connections to Wall Street. Their shareholders include the likes of BlackRock or whatever. The Casper team, people from Casper team, they were talking to Marathon about Casper for a year before the VP of Marathon finally said, tell us more about Casper. So therefore, 2 years ago, so I didn't even understand it all yesterday. I've now listened to it more and I understand it more. So 2 years ago from now, we're at the 24th September. So we're looking at 2020. We're looking around, early. We're looking around at the very beginning on MEXC. This is not the full Casper chart. The very beginning around here, there was someone trying to express the desire and trying to raise attention, awareness about Casper to Marathon, because it coincided with their ideals. A whole year, nothing happened. Then, in July, almost a year later, they said, oh yeah, tell us more about this Casper, and we're intrigued. They then spent 2 months explaining Casper to Marathon before they started silently mining Casper in September. And then they announced it publicly in July. So you can see how long it took, a year for Marathon to actually care about Casper, 2 months to understand it to an extent where they wanted to get involved and mine it, and it took a whole year from the first hearing about it to actually publicly announcing they're mining Casper. That's the time it takes to understand the innovative technology that Casper has right now. and you think tier 1's going to just do that at the snap of their fingers, you think Casper's going to explode to $100,000 at the blink of an eye, you're mistaken. Massively mistaken. Casper is a long-term hold. If you want to make quick gains, go to meme tokens, go to, I don't know, Sui for the last 2 months has done some insane gains. Go to those projects instead. If you want to have a more or less concrete long-term hold plan, Casper is where you want to be at. It takes a long time, and there was a lot more mentioned in this live stream as well that is equally very, very bullish. That makes me very optimistic about what's coming to Casper. The major listings, they know of Casper. They need to do their research to understand more about it. They need regulations, which are going to come, hopefully, in the next month or two. I've got a post here. One from Alex Becker here I think is important to understand. People on crypto Twitter, this also translate to just crypto in general. People in the crypto space, they drastically underestimate how dead crypto is outside of this space. I've mentioned it in the past. The Federal Reserve released a report a few months back now, I think now, stating that in 2023, the total population, the world population that knows of crypto is 7%. That is a small, minute fraction of the population that actually knows of crypto. And that's not even to say how many actually invest in Bitcoin or crypto alone. They just know of it. It's a very, very small margin. That's how early we are in this space. Incredibly early. And Donald Trump, again, who wins? I'm not going to give a political opinion on that. I don't really mind who wins in the long-term side of things. So I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not pro-Kamala Harris. I am pro-crypto. I want crypto to do well. And I have been seeing some sources about Kamala Harris seemingly going to be releasing some information either today or tomorrow about her crypto views. But Trump, for one, he's releasing some crypto token tomorrow. But also, he's mentioned it that he thinks that Bitcoin and crypto will skyrocket like never before if I'm elected president, says Donald Trump. And I care to agree, because he's been endorsing and promoting and following crypto for years, a very, very long time. He's very pro crypto. And this would be great for the industry. And he also has announced that he would fire Gary Gensler on day one of his serving as the president. So those are my only two reasons why I would say I am pro-Trump, if I even would say that. Because I'm pro-crypto, and I don't like Gary Gensler, and Trump hates Gary Gensler as well, and he also likes crypto. So it coincides with my belief in the crypto space. Now, I'm not American, so I'm not sure how it really translates to how that could affect the Americans, though. But yes, it is these sort of catalysts that we need also for Casper. The exchanges will finally have the clarity they need to not be worried about the SEC scared of what they're going to file against them, and actually start listing projects again, listing Casper like they want to do, and they'll be actually allowed to do. And we'll see tier 1s increase their understanding and knowledge of Casper, of the unique technology it is, and then also jump on listings as well. They don't even want money. That's the part that I've been reiterating time and time again. These tier 1s, they're used to having money. Every single project in the top 100 has been given tokens or some form of money to be listed on an exchange. Casper hasn't. It's not been given a single penny, and Wolfie just confirmed, because he's the listing guy for Casper, he's confirmed that they don't even want money. The big dogs don't even want money. They just want to understand and have the time to understand the project. And it's going to take them a while to understand it. Kraken has been on the roadmap for about 2-ish months now. It took Marathon about 2 months from hearing about it in July of 2023 to listing it in September of 2023. Is that even right? No. Wait, no, because they announced it. They listed it in July. They announced they're publicly mining Casper in July. Yeah, no, that is correct. Apologies, no, I'm losing my marbles. Yeah, so they heard about Casper in July, started mining it secretly in September, and then announced it publicly in July. Point being is they spent 2 months learning about Casper, in secret before they started secretly mining it. It's been about the same time for Kraken right now. So, I imagine Marathon with their, Wall Street connections and whatnot, and the fact that they are a Bitcoin mining company, therefore they have more understanding of Bitcoin and therefore of Casper because they actually involve that space. 2 months is all they need, probably, evidently. Something like Kraken, they might need a little bit longer to understand Casper. But therefore, I still stand strong in the belief that Casper Kraken listing could happen in November. Hopefully end of this month, but that's looking less likely. But it could happen very soon after the elections, which I think is a very crucial time for these exchanges to list Casper. Right now, they can understand the basic fundamentals of it. They need to understand and to look into, again, despite the fact that Casper is fair launch, proof of work, no pre-allocations, all that sort of stuff is similar to Bitcoin. they still need to do their due diligence to find into the real beginning days of Casper if there's anything off with it. That's what they need to do. That's what's announced in the roundtable. This is what's in my free Discord server. You can go check it out for yourself. I'll make a small TLDR on there to build on what Mike said as well, because it is very, very, very crucial to understand, and it gives everyone here some clarity about what's taking them so long and when we can expect it. We've got confirmation that they do know of Casper, smaller and bigger exchanges, and they want to list it, but they either got regulatory blocking from political issues for the SEC, or because they need to understand it more. Both of things are coming soon. We could see a lot of change happen for Casper very, very soon, as it's already making quite a decent, surge. I mean, up 4%, it might come back down. We'll have to wait and see. But it's making a decent surge. It's still at the bottom of the power law, and I think it's going to be the bottom. I do still believe the bottom for Casper is in around this region here of 12.5 cents. It could come lower again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It could still come lower, but I still believe that right now, the signs suggest with all the catalysts still coming for Casper, this could be the bottom. Because also we have KRC20 listings as well, which I'm going to get into in just a moment. And we also got other news as well with the KEF, which is also very, very big news. Leo, my man, welcome back to the stream. Hello. Jojo Fire, hello to you too. Hi, Mohammed, welcome back to the stream. Love seeing the green market today. Yeah, it's been long overdue, I can't lie. Long overdue, but it's good to see we finally got a green market for Casper. Hopefully it continues this fashion. I still believe that Casper will end October in bullish territory, which I know people will disagree with it, but bullish territory for Casper is literally just up here. If it surpasses 16 cents, that'll be bullish Casper, because Casper started off here. So if it goes above 16 cents by the end of October, that's technically bullish for Casper. It's not what you want to hear, of course, but it is. So I think we'll still see Casper above 16 cents by the end of October at the very, very least. If no tier 1s in October or November, which I think is impossible, we see Casper 25 cents end of November. It's not, I'm inclined to believe you, Toggle Delay. I think so. I think it's also quite impossible. I think Kraken is quite close. I think they're getting there. I think they're quite close to wanting to list Casper. They obviously want to try to understand it more, basically, and just try and make sure everything's really, really good. But yeah, I think Casper's price will definitely suffer a bit if there is no tier 1s. Well, they're saying that tier 1s might also be fast-tracked and, more eager to list Casper, because again, Marathon, I mentioned Marathon just now, about the fact that they've been mining Casper for a while. Marathon, Bitcoin mining company, they have Casper now. Their shareholders again are the likes of BlackRock, Jane Street, Vanguard, basically Wall Street. Their shareholders are Wall Street, right? And we also saw the announcement that I showcased a few days ago in my stream. I played this yesterday, of the big hedge funds of Wall Street now getting involved with Casper, with the Grayscale now got Casper on asset under consideration. Point being is, this is now visual confirmation that Wall Street are actively trying to look towards Casper, and Marathon, in a sense, is their stepping stone for them to understand and think that Casper's worthwhile. Marathon is evidently very happy with Casper. That's why they diversified into it. First time ever. Yes, they still say, oh yeah, we hold Bitcoin, they're Bitcoin maxis, but they've actually diversified to Casper. That in itself is big news. Whatever they say, whether they actually say, oh, we're going to, mine Casper to buy more Bitcoin, doesn't matter. They're mining Casper. And they seemingly are hot, and they've increased the allocation of it numerous times since they announced it in July. And now, Grayscale, you don't want to bet against BlackRock, you don't want to bet against Grayscale, you want to follow the money. The money's now saying we're going to go into Casper. This may force tier 1s to speed up their researching process to list Casper before the Wall Street gets in. Because once Wall Street gets in, they're going to have to pay a premium for Casper, in my opinion. Or more of a premium at least. They could get Casper really, really cheap right now, when it's still 58% undervalued at 13.83 cents. Or they have to pay it and buy it when it's at 20 cents. It's still more than they need to. Alongside, I think, it won't matter. But either way, why do you fade cheap Casper? I don't understand that. Hey Jay, you think there's going to be capital rotation out of memes into utility coins this pump? It's a good question, and actually, I think so. We've been seeing a massive memes coin season frenzy going on right now, especially led by Murad, who was a Bitcoin maxi who lost a lot of his money in COVID, and then came back here to the scene very recently and started shilling loads of meme tokens, and now he's made millions. I think memes are going to do very, very well, but what you tend to see historically is memes are really, really popular when when the market isn't doing so well. When that's why memes are the main focus in bear cycles. You look at assets like Casper, like Tau, like whatever, as ones you put money into and kind of forget about. You don't really care about it because you're holding it for the bull cycle where you know it's going to do well. When you want to make money in the bear cycle, you look for memes. And during the past, since March, where Bitcoin has been doing little to nothing, You know, well, arguably again, but from its all-time high, it's not reached that again. No one's been bearish on Bitcoin. Funny that, actually. Despite the fact that Casper has been, you know, bearish for the past... Well, it's been an all-time high up here and then it's come back down here. What was it? 70, about 40% or something like that? 32% or something like that right now. And that's, what, 2.5 months. Bitcoin's been bearish for 7 months and no one's been that bearish in comparison to Bitcoin, which I think is quite funny. Actually, I want to mention that something because a shout out to... I think it was Jay Honey as well who put something in our group chat, which we were talking about it. Cody as well mentioned it. I think it's actually very, very insightful. I'm going to try and find it. But you're talking about basically just about the correlations with Casper when we see correction cycles. So I'm going to try and find it. But yeah, there are times where we've seen corrections with Casper, time and time again, where the correction cycle has always ended up being about a 40 to 50% correction in price. Right? So yeah, shout out to you, Jay Honey. I mean, Jay Honey's not a TA man, and you know, similarly, I don't think I'm a TA man either. But it's important to note nonetheless because this is sort of stuff that it could be quite crucial to help you understand where the bottom for Casper could be in. So there've been times where you've seen Casper correct, you know, 40% or so. That's not correct. We've seen little correction cycles. I think this might have been one of them he showcased here. I'm trying to just analyze where he put it in. He did this one here, I think it was. No, it was that one there. Yeah, like this correction cycle here happened before Casper then came back up, started consolidating, and then broke out to 15 cents. And there were other situations that happened as well. I think you had a similar one over here, about 50% here, something like that. Yeah, a similar sort of correction path happened here, came back up, and then broke out again. Point being is, it's not the first time that Casper has been down significantly since making an all-time high point. It's happening again right now. It's been an all-time high of 20 cents. And it's been a correction cycle of only 30%. It's not even that severe in the grand scheme of things. 30% correction cycle, 40% at its bottom, and it's now at 30% or so. It's now seemingly, hopefully, making a recovery of some sorts. And we're going to hopefully see Casper then starting to make a sort of pattern where it's going to start coming up here, consolidate here, go up here, and then break out. So I mean, shout out to you, Jay Honey, for that, because I thought that was very insightful, and I think it is, again, important to note. Again, it's not concrete TA, but it's just another indicator to show you that Casper's not going to always have higher highs and higher highs, and well, I mean, it has had higher highs. It's still making higher highs and higher lows. Look at this here. This is a low. That's a low. That's a low. This is still high. This is still higher lows, and this is still higher highs. So even then, it's still in an uptrend for the most part. It's just come down for the past few days. But everything corrects, and everything corrects. That's what crypto is. If everything was going up, we'd all be billionaires, right? And Casper is at this position it's in right now with no smart contracts. No tier 1 listings, which again, Wolfie confirmed they are eager and they are close. We've still got no Dagnite, still got no Wall Street, but again, we can see they are close. No 10 BPS, which we know is happening in Q1 of 2025. Wolfie also mentioned in the stream that there are potential ways to fast track smart contracts. We can see smart contracts come sooner, which would be amazing news. There's a lot more to talk about in the stream as always, so I'll get into that in a moment, but I need to answer some questions because I don't want to have a whole situation where I'm answering questions for an hour like I did yesterday. Casper finished above 14 cents today, then they think we've got a sort of springboard. Did some chart diving earlier in the Discord? Yeah, I mean, I just saw, yeah, I didn't even read that, but yeah, I just saw that as well, so it's very, very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, I've already missed a ton of questions. Damn, you guys are going crazy already. Thank God I bought the dip a whole lot more, yeah. I mean, I also bought the dips. I bought some Casper. If I zoom in, I bought Casper at this dip here. Bought Casper at this dip here. Bought Casper at this dip in this green zone here. And I bought some more the day after as well. And I have not bought any more since, but if it comes back down, I'm going to buy more. I mean, I don't actually know if I'm running on fumes right now for what I have spare to put more into Casper. But every chance I get right now, I'm putting a little bit extra into Casper because obviously I've got to have some for myself as well. So now exchanges want to list Casper, but they can't. Feel like I'm getting strung along. Yeah, I know the feeling, man. It's like getting blue balls. It really sucks. But no, again, this is a very insightful. The roundtable was actually a very, very insightful. I'm not tuned into all of them, but some of the ones I have tuned into have been very eye-opening for me because you actually get, insider information, leaks from the developer people who are really well in tune with the team, who understand what's happening to the team, where the tier ones are, why they're not here yet. The fact that you heard. People were actually saying, let's raise crowdfunding, let's raise money to get Casper on tier 1s. And he's like, you don't need to do that. We just need to wait for them to do their research. That's all it is. It sucks, of course, but as I showed you, and as I mentioned again in this stream, as I mentioned in my yesterday's stream, they know of Casper. They're researching Casper, and we're waiting for regulatory clarity as well. But it just takes time. I wouldn't be surprised if, Wall Street have been evidently looking into Casper for quite some time through Marathon, so for at least a year, I'd like to believe. Or at least a few months, because Marathon have been on Casper for at least a year now. And Wall Street would have therefore been looking more into Casper in due time, if not the same time as well. And then you'll see Tier 1's going to equally, they've been starting to look more into Casper, I imagine. Kraken's, been on their roadmap listing for, I think, about 2 months. So I imagine their listing should come in the next month or two at the most for Casper. I think Binance is close. I think regulatory clarity, we'll see a lot of the exchanges starting to list Casper. I'm not sure it's going to be Tier 1s per se, because Tier 1s are so big that I think they can just do what they want. But I think we're going to see a lot more of these exchanges who are US-based that don't have the ability to, go against the SEC or don't want to. You'll start seeing them flood to Casper because they have the regulatory clarity they need now, which is very, very good. And I'm looking forward to that. I am, because it's the adoption we need for Casper, and it'll be just in time for the bull cycle as well. The listings will generate FOMO. The listings, right? What they'll do, you understand, the listings won't just mean Casper's going to do that sort of thing. The listing's going to generate FOMO, so you'll see Casper go up. The listing will happen, it'll come back down. What it means is that you have more ways to get access to Casper, because some people out there, understandably, they don't want to use Mexi, they don't want to use KuCoin, they only want to use Gemini, right? They only want to use Gemini. They only want to use Binance US. Even the small, they might have a unique exchange to them they only want to use, and of course, then most of the people will only want to use Binance or Coinbase. Once they come, it means that they will now have access to Casper, and that will also help in the future of what this bull cycle is going to be, which is going to be very, very powerful, in my opinion. Dog K burned harvest supply. I mean, yeah, we saw from yesterday, Dog K was Dog K was terrible. The holders actually have doubled. The holder for Dog K has doubled right now. I was at 800 yesterday, now it's at 1.7k. So either that means more people have got involved, or they're splitting their wallets up to try and make it look like a more legit project. But either way, that's a project that I'm not ever going to get into. Don't like the look of that at all. Casper on the 4 hour just completed an inverted head and shoulder pattern. Get ready. More TA. TA I think is important. My TA for this Casper, movement for me is pretty much just, okay, power law is at the bottom. That's good. What news do we have coming out? Okay, you've got Grayscale. You've got this roundtable that kind of confirms things as well. You also got the adoption of tier 1 of memes as well. Actually, get into memes real quick. So obviously Nacho, the current number 1 Casper meme token. We can see that again on the KRC20 website on Kas.fyi. $45.5 million market cap. It's doing quite well. Its volume right now is going crazy because of its recent listing being PioNex, which is good. Actually, you know what? Speaking of which, Wolfie did mention PioNex in the stream as well. Of course, he mentioned Uphold as well, where he said that Uphold, Uphold is good, but its UI is a little bit dodgy. That was what they stated. UI is a little bit dodgy, but having Uphold and Casper is very, very good. They work with Casper, so that's good. We also mentioned PioNex. Now, of course, PioNex is not the most well-known exchange, which I know people have said that in my community as well, but it's good because PioNex are also very, very cheap. They're very well known for their AI bots as well. And it's also a cheap alternative because right now, Uphold's fees are quite expensive, but PioNex's are 0.1% trading fees. So they're very cheap. And for those who also know, who've been following my channel for a while, they know that I'm currently working with PioNex. If you go and check out the videos, this one from 5 days ago, and you go to the description, you'll find out, you can go through my referral link and sign up. And you'll get some some free USDT as well. If you deposit 100 USDT, you get an extra 10 USDT as well, which is, of course, free money at the end of the day. But it's a big thing to have it at a convenient time with Nacho now being on PioNex, which is very, very cool. So number 1 meme token now on a US exchange, one of 2 US exchanges that actually trade Casper right now. PioNex is actually the only one that's actually able to get past the SEC, which is huge in itself, and they're getting in early, which is good for them. They're in early before the tier 1s as well, which is where we should all be as well, in before the tier 1s, in before the smart contracts as well. And Nacho is also getting more adoption. In fact, that was on Bitcoin Talk as well. It's also very, very cool. Other memes are doing very, very well. Casper's now officially live at XT, and I don't think I've got it preloaded, but Conan, the Casper, the dog of Casper right now, Conan, is on the innovation zone of XT, which basically means that it's in the let's see how it does. It's a wait and see bracket of the exchange. So, Conan could be on XT very, very soon. So XT is doing quite well with that as well. You see right now, Conan is a 14.5 24-hour trading volume. Casper Ghost is, where is it? I think I'm here. 48,000, 7.5 million market cap. So they're all doing quite well, and you're seeing the adoption growing more and more for them. That's very, very good to see. Of course, yeah, Michael Sutton already mentioned the fact that, you know, Casper in itself is just innovative. It doesn't need to prove that. It will in due time. It doesn't even need to prove it anyways. They know what they're doing, and they don't care about the tier ones. Well, this department, Wolfie cares about the listings, because that's his department. But the people who actually care about Casper, the ones that are making the development of Casper, so Michael Sutton, Josh Zabilinski, Shai, they just care about what's being built, and that's what they're doing right now. We've got Wall Street getting involved. Very, very big news. And the fact of the matter being right now that Casper, at its current stage, which is still early, no smart contracts, no 10 BPS, you know the deal. Casper still currently processes more transactions than Bitcoin is capable of. It costs about 1/3000th of a penny to transact on the Casper network right now, and they move in 1 second, faster than paying with cash. That's without DAG Knight. That is huge. And we're seeing development of the KRI is going to help Casper transform to the next stage. Also with the KEF. The KEF has just made a new announcement here. Warmly welcomes Monica Foreman as our new Director of Communication and Branding. So we can see more adoption come to the KEF, the team in charge of KRC20. So we can see some more developments happening with that as well. Monica is an influential communication trainer and presentation consultant with extensive experience in helping leaders, enterprises, and organizations in deep growth. Apart from her robust business connections, Monica enjoyed a reputation among European universities by serving as the chief adjudicator. Got there. Chief adjudicator in the European University Debating Championship in Astana in 2020. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to keep reading. The point being, she's someone who has very impressive credentials, who's now part of the KEF team, which is good to see. And something else to note as well. Casper, being what it is, people are going to try and take advantage of it. Here, Microsoft puts out a Yom Kippur without attacks on Casper. Basically, someone tried to hack Casper, as they would always try and do. And Microsoft just puts out, are we done with the attack vectors, Anon, Bob, Alice, Ease of the world? Or perhaps you don't like it that we come up with new research each time we are attacked. Every time Casper gets attacked, they find out a new way to, you know, avoid the situation, making it even harder to break in next time. They're constantly evolving, which might also explain why the hash rate has dipped down a little bit recently, because I imagine there's been more attacks on Casper's network. It's come down a little bit because there's been more and more attacks, but instead of just, you know, rolling over and just letting it happen, Casper is still researching to make it harder and harder. And as the project goes more and more, with more impressive credentials and more impressive protocols, that's only going to increase from there. Which is really, really funny, actually, because this happened, it's one thing I've reiterated. People who are saying, oh, what about this project? Is it meant to be a fork of Casper? What about this project? Maybe the next Casper? Don't listen to that noise. Right now, don't. Because of what Casper is, because of how early it's 10 plus years of research, but it's also very, very early. Truth be told, unless the person who is working on this new project was a part of the original team of the 10-year research in Casper, I would not trust any project claiming to be the next Casper. Because it is, you know, 13 years or so of work. That's how long they've been working with Casper. It's been out for 3 years. And one of them was PYR. And they were claiming to be better than Casper. A project that basically copied Casper's code and claimed to be the first proof of work at 10 BPS. They put 10 BPS straight away, and they realized they couldn't do it, they couldn't handle it, put it down to 1 BPS, and it failed now miserably. Look at that. Crash. This is what I mean. People who are claiming to be the next Casper, I would, of course, I understand why people want to say that, because people are looking at Casper right now and thinking, people are looking at Casper like looking at this chart and I think, oh, I missed a Casper, you know, I could have got in at when it was, you know, less than a cent. I miss people who got in less than a cent, they're rich. I wish I can get into Casper now, you know, because it's so expensive. This is not expensive. This is 14, 13 cents. Casper's a product that should be reaching $100 at least in the future, if not thousands. This is dirt cheap. Again, the power law says it's undervalued in itself already, 58%. You're not late into Casper at all. You're still early, before regulations, before tier 1s, before smart contracts. Don't listen to the noise people who are saying, oh yeah, this is the next Casper. I would strongly debate and again, my maxi blood is going to probably make me a bit biased in that regard, but I strongly disagree with anyone claiming to be the next Casper right now. It's far too early in Casper's cycle to have a new Casper already. In the future, 10, maybe 20 years down the line, maybe there is a new Casper. I'm not disagreeing that can't be possible, but not right now. It's far too early. And that's what happened to this project here. And speaking of situations, unfortunate ones especially, we'll have this announcement here. So again, showcased in my community. Shout out to whoever put it in there. I don't know who it was. I've got so many members. I've got almost 400 members in that community right now. It's growing very, very quickly, so it's hard for me to keep up with everyone right now. I have some people who are very dedicated, so I shout out to them. I mean, everyone. Shout out to all of you. You guys have made it a really friendly community, and we're all learning a lot right now. So again, if you want to join, click the link in the chat right now. But this is from Casper. So unfortunately, the listing of Casper on the supposedly the biggest centralized exchange, incoming the biggest one yet to date, is going to be delayed a bit because they were scammed by a third-party listing agency. So they didn't do their own research, which sucks. Things happen, right? It sucks, but these things happen, right? So they had to restart the process. This time, of course, with someone directly from the major centralized exchange we aim to get listed on. So it seems the first time round they thought they were going to get listed on it. Turns out it was fake. And now they've actually gone in contact with the actual exchange. They're going to do it this time round. The scammers took their money, 30k USDT and 2.4 billion Casper. The good news is that he will, Casper, will personally cover the listing fees. This is his mistake, so he'll make it right. So for anyone who might be worrying it's a rug or scam, understand the sentiment behind that, but seemingly he's taking responsibility, which is what you should do. That's what this industry didn't do. When they went from 10 to 1 BPS, they claimed that there was a problem with the code or something like that. They didn't take responsibility that they messed up. They didn't do their research. But Casper's doing that here, saying that we will be listed on the exchange as soon as possible, and so on and so forth. I still do have faith in Casper, the three-legged cat. I do have faith in this meme token. It's still meme season right now, so it could do very, very well. Obviously, the listing would have done very good for it. And we're seeing more developments in the crypto space as well. It's going to make me very optimistic as well. Again, we're very, very early. Trump's going off. And this sort of news is why I do believe that crypto might turn tide, because there's seemingly more and more recession waves happening right now. Germany is one of them. US is still growing. I think UK is growing as well now. So the fear's growing more and more, but it's not properly there yet. You'll see, I believe, still more investments into crypto, to try and make that money, to try and, avoid this sort of situation effectively. The gold markets as well. The price of gold is going up higher and higher. And as the price of gold goes up more and more, you're seeing more investors hedge their bets off fiat and start to avoid inflation, looking into gold. And as Larry Fink stated, the CEO of BlackRock, people can also use Bitcoin, therefore crypto, as an alternative to hedge against gold, to hedge against inflation. So it looks like with the rise of gold could also see the rise of crypto, which is very, very good. Very good to see. Even though we've seen the rise of the dollar surge recently with all the rate cuts and all that sort of stuff, which is historically a bearish sign for gold. Gold has continued to go upwards. So evidently, we're still going to see a rise in that regard. I'm very, very certain of that. And we've got more to talk about. Again, they're most of going to talk about it as well in just a moment. I don't think Tier 1's having technical problems to list Casper because a lot of small exchanges listed Casper. They just want to make for a better market condition to move. Potentially, we will keep in mind as well that the smaller projects may not be as worried about Casper in the sense of the big exchanges have a reputation to keep up, remember? I mean, all exchanges do to an extent, of course, but the smaller ones might just be like, oh yeah, it's a good project, they'll list it. They'll do research, of course, but the big ones, I think they need to do more due diligence, need to be really, really sure. Because it is new technology. Again, they might just be waiting. I don't disagree with that sentiment or toggle delay. I'm just reiterating what Wolfie stated in this roundtable, that the exchanges know of Casper, they want to list Casper, they're waiting for regulations, and they're doing more research into it. It took Marathon a long time. Yeah, as I mentioned, the man here, Nicholas, he was informing and constantly contacting Marathon for a year before Marathon approached him and said, oh yeah, tell us more about this Casper. Put us in contact with someone. So he sent them to Wolfie, and Wolfie then told him about Casper. 2 months later, they were mining Casper. It took him a long time. And it took him a long time as well for Wolfie to get involved. Wolfie are now involved. So, we can see some serious momentum start to shift for Casper, and a lot of bullish momentum, I think, as well, coming very, very soon. But maybe they're already accumulating Casper. I think they have done. They probably are accumulating it right now. We can check that out to an extent. If we go to Casperlytics website, we go to the exchange holdings here. We can see right now exchange holdings, it's still nearing all-time high levels. So they're still holding a lot. And that's the only exchanges that are known of. There are probably some exchanges we don't know if they're also holding Casper. But we're seeing that it's, there's still a growing sentiment right now for exchanges to get hold of Casper. So we're still, we're still early. And that's why it's good to, again, not financial advice, but I think it's better now to get involved in a project when it's that low, with still a lot of sentiment to go higher before everybody else gets involved. You had a lot of influencers in the past few days selling their Casper and flooding Casper because it's had such bad price action for the past, 2 months. Again, as Toggle Delay, Jay Honey showcased earlier in my stream, in my free Discord server, and also as I showcased earlier in stream, it's not the first time we've seen Casper correct by 50% correction from its all-time high. It's only 40% here from its all-time high before then turning tail. It's not uncommon. But it's also the shake-up that we need to see for those who have conviction who know about Casper. They're staying here. People who don't have conviction, they leave. And that's, their loss, because they're chasing pumps whilst we're chasing, future. Well, that felt so real, Like Martin Luther King said that, I swear. Casper total frustration coin, in my opinion. So you were given money in the bull run. Say what you will. I disagree. It's mind-blowing 7% know about crypto. Yeah, I know. It is actually mind-blowing that so little people actually know about crypto. It's such a small margin of people actually know about crypto. It's crazy. And it has the potential to change lives. I mean, think about it. The way that it's being compared to right now, everyone is comparing. I say everyone being the institutional people, the big dogs. Larry Fink, I guess Jamie Dimon, but you get WEF, all the big institutions. Right, they're comparing crypto to the internet. That's the way you've got to think about crypto right now as an industry, as an asset class, right? Before the internet, it was through word of mouth, speaking to people, or it was through, well, it wasn't through carrier pigeon, that's a bit too far back, but it was through newspapers, letters and stuff like that. That's how you got information. Now you click on a few tabs on a screen and you get all the information you want. And when the internet first took off, everyone hated it. It actually collapsed. But it then picked up more momentum, and now look where we're at now. You're listening to some random guy who's very passionate on Casper talk about it in the stream, telling you that we're in a stage right now where we're in a situation with what happened to information with the internet is happening with money with crypto. And Casper's one that is going to be revolutionary with what it does. It's the only one to solve the trilemma. The only one. It doesn't need to prove that to anyone, but it is. It's faster than Bitcoin already. Obviously, some other assets are taking the space by storm in their connection to the money market, in cross-border payments, for example, like XRP. People don't like XRP, I get that. I hold XRP because it is currently seemingly going to be used by institutions. Institutions want to use XRP, and that's why I hold it. Because therefore I see there's going to be probably a price increase. But Casper, I think, has the potential to also be that for cross-border payments. It's just too early for it to be used yet. But it hopefully will be in the future. And Casper right now is very, very undervalued. Again, I don't need to list it off again, but you get it. We are very, very, very early. Yeah, you're pro Trump. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. But again, I'm not pro anyone. I'm pro crypto. That's what I care about. Pro crypto is all I care about. Pro Putin. Oh God. Yeah, let's not have pro Putin, please, Czar. If Trump wins, Bitcoin parabolic and the rest of altcoins, yeah. If Trump wins, will I see a parabolic on all the cryptos? Definitely. I mean, you lack conviction then, my man, if that's what it is. You're chasing pumps. I would respectfully, Czar, that's what you want to do, go for it. But is that how you trade? You're not going to make money because you're just chasing pumps. I mean, you're never going to get the full growth of your investments. But yeah, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, for those who are here anyways, I'm not saying that Czar and Mohammed are those type of people, but I know for a fact, again, confirmed from this roundtable, that confirmed from members in this roundtable, that they were actually paid by SWE to try and promote the project. So SWE have paid people to promote the project. So I'm not saying that Czar and Mohammed are being paid to do so, but there are influencers out there who are promoting SWE because they are paid to do so, not because they actually, believe in it. I'm not saying SWE is bad. I think SWE is good, and I think SWE is going to make gains in this cycle, but there's enough incentive for me to be more bullish on Casper and to be bullish on SWE. SWE's had a very good run in the past month or two, but Casper had a better run in this whole bull cycle. No other project's done that in this cycle. And Casper seemingly, hopefully, now making starting to turn tide, starting to turn, and start have a reversal in price, with Bitcoin now breaking above 65k. Well, that's why there've been so many fucking... I don't know why I saw that. There's been so many questions, because everyone's just replying to these two again. Okay. Yeah, everything is pumping, you know it. Yeah, Dog K is very, very scammy. Very, very scammy. Casper will only go up when the memes make profit. I mean, yes and no. I do agree. With it currently being meme season, with memes getting more adoption through listings, with the Change Finance decks coming out this week, hopefully, Nacho being listed on Pionex, Ghost Casper being listed on XT, Conan being innovated on XT. With this adoption growing more and more, that'll help in the adoption of these projects, and that might also correlate to our price decrease for Casper. But I think Casper in itself can go up without that. It's good for the meme token season it is right now, but I'm also inclined to believe that it might be the market might end up changing a little bit more utility based as well. With, you know, the meme tokens can go up more and more, but, you know, 10 BPS, again, smart contracts, again, tier ones, that stuff would make Casper go up more than the meme tokens would, in my opinion. I mean, right now, Casper is just simply following along with Bitcoin. You know, if Bitcoin's at 60k, Casper will go down to 12k. So seemingly right now, Bitcoin's bottom level is 60k, and Casper's bottom level here is 12. So that's how we're seeing it right now. And then and even then, as you look at Casper, in comparison to Bitcoin, which I'm going to do it anyways because it's a good Cas to have, it's still up. Even though it's up not as much anymore, it's still up 60%. Can I do SWE to Bitcoin? Probably can. I don't see why I couldn't. Oh, so SWE's actually down from its launch from Bitcoin. Unless you count that massive spike at the beginning there, which if you do, then I guess. But actually, no, because that's where it started off here. So yeah, it's actually down 26%, 27% from its launch against Bitcoin. Interesting. Again, I don't know why I do like SWE. I'm not against SWE, but I'm against comparing SWE to Casper because they're two different projects. And if you're comparing them, then I'll compare it like that, price-wise, which is how everyone's doing it right now. Casper has done better than it has against Bitcoin than SWE has done against Bitcoin. Casper isn't looking good, let's be honest. It's not looking good in the past, 2 months and arguably the past year. Yeah, I agree with you. I do agree with you. But if you do that, to where, let's say from this bottom right here, 40% down. That's not good. I agree with you there. But then we drag this over. Happened again. Round here. You saw it come down from an all-time high. It did an all-time high here, came down, all-time high again, came down. Just about 35, 40%. Came back to its all-time high level again, consolidated, then boom. 3x. It's happened again earlier as well. Happened a little bit here, obviously a bit more aggressive here, but even then, 50%, 55% down. People thought Casper was dead here. This is very early on. Everyone thought Casper was dead here. Came down, boom. Casper's just correcting. It's a cycle. Nothing goes up. If everything just went up, we'd all be millionaires. So I agree with you right now, Casper's not looking good, but if you look at Casper from its all-time, it's looking the best in this space. And that's not, that's not Casper maxi bias, that's fact. No other project in this space has reached 28 CoinMarketCap, reached 74,000% increase in value with no tier 1 listings in the span of 3 years. You can do your research and find that for yourself. I can guarantee you no other project in this space has done that. And if they have, then they've probably got massive VCs that have been rugged or something like that. And even then, I don't think they've done that anyways. Casper is organic and it's done really, really well. Do you have audio on 2 times speed by accident? No, I just speak hella quick, Jay. I speak way too quickly. I'm trying to slow it down right now because I saw that message. I was like, yeah, let me slow down a little bit. Probably help everyone understand and also helps me not stumble over my words. Casper 2030. I mean, yeah, potentially. I would happy with $20 Casper. I'm holding Casper really long term, so I'm happy with it either way. Did Grayscale announce SWE was an asset worth looking into? Actually, no, I think they did. Let me see if I got the post. I got it in my DeFi section. Yeah, here. They did actually. So Grayscale SWE Trust. The trust is the stepping stone towards an ETF. Before Bitcoin ETF, a Bitcoin Trust with Grayscale. So Grayscale haven't. Before the Bitcoin ETF, it was a Bitcoin Trust with Grayscale. Yeah. So before a SWE ETF, it seems to be a SWE Trust with Grayscale. So they have showcased their support of SWE. Again, I'm not bearish on SWE. I think SWE is a good project. I just don't think comparing the two projects are fair at all. Because if you're going to compare the project, then I'll compare everything Casper is to SWE, and then Casper's far better. But SWE's had better price action, but Casper in what it's building is far better. But again, you're seeing this with Grayscale now, under consideration, very, very early. You've got Marathon. There are loads of proof of work projects out there, but Marathon's only ever diversified to Casper. That's in itself is a very big deal. The tech is way better, game changing. That's why institutional business take Casper seriously. Damn straight. Would be nice to see Tangible support KRC20 tokens very soon. They have announced that. I don't know what's taking them so long. Might also be the case of doing research again, because again, Casper's so unique. It's not as easy as just snapping your fingers and know what to do. They have to work very, very close with the developers and team to understand Casper to know what they have to do. So, yeah, they are doing it. Tangible confirmed they're going to be listing the likes of Sui, the likes of Tau, and the likes of KRC20 tokens to their wallets. They'll be coming soon. I'm looking through the questions and ignoring all the rubbish right now. Grayscale, BlackRock, Vanguard, Marathon, Casper Industrial Initiative, the list goes on. Yeah. And that's just barely scripting the surface of what's happening to Casper. You've got Shell with the KRI, all that sort of stuff as well. Like, you've got so much institutional knowledge because Casper was so early. I don't know if you discussed it yesterday or not. I'm trying to. Yes, if any questions I miss, I apologize because I'm trying to, to sieve out all the rubbish about the debating in the chat. Let's say. I don't know if you discussed it yesterday or not. Unfortunately, I missed the stream yesterday. No worries, bingo bango. But the Natural Discord is announced for live on PioNext Global this morning. Not sure when US will be live. Yes, I did show that earlier in the stream actually, right here. It's going to be listed on PioNext very, very soon. And they're also listed here. And then it might be in this section here. Natural Deposit is now live on PioNext Global. PioNext US is coming right around the corner. So I don't think there's been a date specified for PioNext US just yet. But PioNext Global is now available, which is good. I mean, it's not great for me because I'm in the UK. And unfortunately, UK regulations are just as bad as American ones. Believe it or not. So, yeah. I know Canada also has problems with that as well. But, yeah, PioNext US should be close. I did see something about them having an event, raising Nacho, stuff like that, to the 20th of October, so it might be after that, might be next week. I know you are not talking to me, but stop saying the same thing every day. It's like your full-time jobs. I know you're not saying it. I know you're not talking to me, but stop saying the same thing every day. It's like your full-time job. Stop doing that. I'm sure Crypto would agree. Oh, okay. I was like, you talking to me? You're talking to Mohammed? Okay, okay, no, okay, it's fine. Turbo, Ponky. People spoke about Ponky in my in one of the posts I made earlier. Mankey. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it sounds like. I mean, a lot of those are meme tokens, of course. Yeah, I mean, it sound good. I think. I mean, Casper and Bitcoin. Yeah, definitely sort of big percentage. You get some money off meme tokens, and big up to you guys as well. Sup, Poker Seraphine. Hope you had a great weekend. Time to do some yard work into the stream. You know it. Hopefully, the most soothing voice you've heard in this space. Just constantly promoting Casper, talking about crypto. And I'm going to get to more Casper in just a second, the questions, but I do want to talk about something that I think is very, very important. Those who've been following my stream for a while, you know how much I love crypto gaming. I'm sorry I have to do it because it's just something in me. But we got this here, which I think is very, very cool. Breaking. Those who've been watching the stream for a little bit, you've got Off the Grid right now. Off the Grid, I'm not saying Off the Grid in itself is game. I'm just saying Off the Grid, what it has done for this space is truly revolutionary. It was built on the Avalanche chain, the L1. Guns, breaks, 53 million transactions. This game has been live for, I think, about a week or something like that. It's very, very new. Off the Grid's got a lot of attention in the past week, and over 55 million wallets, over 800 million in reach. This is huge news for the gaming industry. Very big news. You're getting people like Shroud, one of the most well-known gamers in history, one of the best first-person shooter gamers in history. He's played pro levels in Counter-Strike, even Valorant, and he's there talking on stream about the crypto element, right? He's explained to people who don't understand crypto, who think crypto is a scam, that it's basically the Steam marketplace for buying Counter-Strike skins. I'm sure a lot of us might be able to synergize with that. People obviously know about crypto in itself, but it's another understanding. It's his. I mean, he's probably, again, keep in mind, he's probably being paid to say this sort of stuff. But either way, he understands it, and I do believe, from what I've seen, that he is to an extent very bullish on Web3 gaming. You've seen a lot of Web3 content creators who obviously were paid to promote the game, but in itself, they're still raising awareness to the community about it. And they do seem very, very bullish about it. And there's no reason not to be. No, this is what the future of the industry will look like. Seamless synergizing between Web 2 and Web 3 infrastructure. In the future, you won't recognize a difference between Call of Duty and some Web 3 crypto version of Call of Duty. GTA 6, to my knowledge, which is coming out next year, at least it should be having crypto elements in it. Buying stuff with Bitcoin. That in itself is already going to be implemented Web 3 elements. So the future of Web 3 gaming and gaming is not far off. That's also why I'm hedging my bets in Web 3 gaming projects. I think the bull cycle for Web 3 gaming is going to probably be bigger next cycle, personally, but again, not financial advice. But I think even now, that's why I'm looking more into gaming projects right now, because this off the grid is huge. I've done a lot of adoption for this project already. Not to mention, again, you've got people like the Coin Bureau, who's one of the biggest crypto channels on YouTube, content creators, one of the biggest KOLs. You've got Forbes magazine, all talking about off the grid, a free-to-play battle royale from Gunzilla Games on the Avalanche chain. Also showcased yesterday that on the Avalanche chain, the developer of Avalanche, like the white paper for Avalanche, it actually quotes Jonathan Topolinsky and Aviv Zohar, so Casper, for what they built. So it's funny how even now, how big this is, it still comes back to Casper. I was just saying, I just find it very, very funny. But it's why I'm bullish on gaming crypto. It's why I'm going to be looking into that more and more as the cycle develops more and more as well. A lot of them are doing quite well today. Miria up 6%, Ultra up 6%, Nakama up 8%. I've got into Vulcan Forge a few weeks ago. I think I went in around here. Actually, no, I think I went a little bit low. I think I went around here. But either way, I'm going to be looking into more of these projects as well, because I think they've got a decent run ahead of it as well. And that's also, again, what I talk about in my free Discord server. I know it's a shameless plug. I have to do it. Apologies, but the Discord server it's mainly Casper. I understand that, and people don't. But crypto I'm not here just trying to make money off Casper. I'm here trying to make money in general. That's what we're all here for. It's what we all should be here for. We all here and love Casper for what it is, but we trying to make money in general. I talk about Sui in there a little bit. Talk about AI projects like Tau in there. Trying to talk about more and more projects in there. I talk about game. I've got other categories for it. Point being is, it's a server free to join where we're talking about crypto, how to make money in crypto, talking about market sentiments. For example, when Casper reached its all-time high here, I've spoken to my community about it, and in my live streams as well, calling that we might see a correction in the market due to the fact that the Japanese yen started to get the dollar, the Warren Buffett sold half his stock in Apple, so on and so forth. We predicted this sort of outcome happening, where we saw Casper crash down 40%. Again, this is what I talk about in my server. It's not just crypto. It's not just Casper even. It's not just Casper. It's crypto and Casper, and it's also market sentiments and economic data that will help you hopefully be able to analyze the direction of the market, help you call zones. The server's developing more and more, and hopefully we saw a massive transformation last month with me assigning some devoted members. Shout out to Cody, Leroy, Mr. Miles, and Casper God. Those four who became my Ledger Legions, my mods, and I might be adding some more soon as the community is growing more and more, nearly 400 members now. And we've got more stuff to talk about. So if you want to join, the link to join is in the chat, in the description, and also on my YouTube homepage. And now might be a good time to learn as much as you can about it. Knowledge is power. And we're going to be in a very, very crucial stage very soon, as Casper making hopefully a reversal soon, and crypto is about to go on a parabolic run with just 3 weeks till the elections, and Bitcoin is now seemingly trying to. I mean, we can see right now it's kind of struggling against this level here, as I just showed you earlier in the stream. Bitcoin's going to touch this zone here, the resistance zone of 66k, and come back down. It's come back down to 65.7k, and it's going to probably stay around this region here for, I'd like to say, the next few days, maybe the next week. And then we start seeing the election come closer, more news come out about it. Donald Trump lists his crypto coin, which if it goes very well, that might be a big catalyst as well tomorrow. And we'll start seeing Bitcoin correct in this region before trying to make towards 70k again. But again, we have to wait and see, because as much as I can say that, nothing is just guaranteed up in this market. We could potentially see more disastrous news in the Middle East, or some more strikes happening, or something disastrous. Again, touch wood, God forbid, if one of the presidents or candidates gets assassinated. We've already seen the multiple attempts, but that sort of thing, despite of who it is, can be disastrous and cause a lot of fear, a lot of FUD. That could cause a massive correction in cycles. So you've got to keep your wits about you and always be looking at the news. That's all it comes down to, trying to stay educated, stay knowledgeable in this space. I invested everything into WAP. Oh my gosh. I actually was looking into WAP when it got listed on DEX. I actually looked into WAP. And then I saw what's it? Is it Angelina Jolie? No, who is it? I think it's no. Who is it? I think it's Angelina Jolie. I think so. But someone else who has another meme token, and she was basically fudding WAP, and I thought it was really, really funny. Somehow 8 cents to $1.20 is more realistic to me next year than $2, $5 or even more. Do you know what I mean? I get that because the price is very, very limited right now. I do know what you mean. But as we can see from today alone, with Bitcoin being the biggest asset it is, things can change very, very quickly. And with regulatory clarity, which therefore, incentivize big institutions to get more and more involved in crypto, it will be a very, very quick transformation in my opinion. That's what I suspect. I suspect we'll see a massive surge in adoption, with institutional adoption, trillions flooding onto the space, and with that we'll see even more money flooding in as well, and we'll see Bitcoin. I'm not gonna lie, there's a good chance to see Bitcoin jump 10k in one day. That's how quickly things can transform in this space. Like if we go back, for example, you think it's not possible? Look at here. Look right here. You saw Bitcoin go from 56k to peaking out at 64k, an 8k rise. Done it the wrong way round, apologies. 8k rise. 12% in one day at one point. Things can change very quickly in this space. And that's Bitcoin again. That's not talking about other projects that altcoins that will, be even more volatile when Bitcoin's pumping, typically speaking. So things can change very quickly. Yeah, and this is what Andy says here, wait till the bull run picks. Yeah, I mean, I go on a tangent and someone just answered the question anyways. Yeah, just wait and see. Why analysts from... Oh yeah, that's what one did mention as well. Jay Honey put in my Discord server again, the analysis from his charts. Again, he's not a TA guy, but it's something that he just thought he'd do as a little bit of fun. And he's got a point for the analysis when I showcase that things come down, correct 40% before reversing. It's been about 80 days before it's all-time high, before then starts hitting that reversal pattern. We're in a 76-day mark. So we're actually 4 days off, and we're starting to seemingly hit a reversal now. So we might actually be nearing the end. And there's been a lot of... The sentiment behind Casper and, it being dead is already fading now. Because if Casper went lower here, it'd rise again. But right now, Casper's bottomed out here from the looks of it. So it's already fading. That's why people are starting to talk about Casper a little bit more again. That's why even the streams now are getting more views. Which I'm, shout out to all of you guys in the stream right now. I love you all for being here. You're all legends. And it's been higher lows each time. Higher lows here, higher lows here, higher lows here. Even there, slightly high. It's only slightly, but still a higher low here. And then higher highs here as well. Constantly. So even though, Casper's down, it's definitely not out. It's definitely not dead. Is this the bizarre? Is this the banana zone starting or not? Potentially. Pepe live on KRC20, second live space tonight on blockchain banter. Exchange listings coming soon. Take a look, bro. Thank you very much for that, J Cass. I will look into that definitely. Again, Pepe. I was skeptical about Pepe, truthfully, first time around because again, it's a derivative of actual Pepe. But I've been seeing more and more about it. There seems to be a lot of sentiment behind it. The holders are, they've got 1.5k holders. It's got decent volume. It's decent sized project. I think Pepe could be a decent gainer in the cycle. It's also been about as long as Nacho. If you look from when it was deployed, same time. So it's actually one of the OG projects as well. So Pepe could be a decent runner. I don't think it'll do Nacho numbers, but it could be decent. And if these projects getting more listings, that will help Casper as well. Yes and no, Danny, in my opinion. I think power law for a proof of work is a crucial indicator, but I agree it is not the do or die. It's not a Bible. You don't live by it. The power law is a good indicator for where the price should roughly be at. This tells you the bottom for Casper is around here. But it's not, okay, Casper's only going to stay between this region, because you saw what happened earlier. At the very beginning, it dipped below. Also, as Bitcoin is meant to follow the power law, well, Bitcoin, during a bull cycle, always surges above. Always. So power law is a good indicator for where Casper should be for the most part following the emission schedule price over time. But when the FOMO really, really generates with listings, with 10 BPS, with smart contracts, blah, 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 you get the idea. Casper will have the FOMO and the adoption and the liquidity needed to pump above. And I still think we could see potentially a $2, $3, if not $5, $7 Casper in the cycle. We'll have to wait and see. I'm dedicated to panicking on Discord. Yeah, I know. You do it. Everyone's like, what are you talking about? You're like, no, I'm just joking. You're just trying to stir stuff on the server. Any idea when the DEX is releasing, Jay? I haven't got a confirmed date, no. We just know that Change Finance announced that if things go well, then we could see it early. It could release early this week, so it could be today, tomorrow, Wednesday. If not, it may be later this week, but for the most part, we should see it soon enough. Hopefully this week. And if Bufflink says, yeah, if you enjoy these streams, be doing these streams daily for 75 days in a row. We're going to make 100 very, very soon. Leave a like, help you out more than you know, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. And yeah, Casper, definitely going to the moon. FWOG on Solana might be a bit of a decent meme play. I know memes like you, I think everyone. Yeah, again, I do hold some memes. I'll disclose I do hold FWOG. I do hold some other ones as well. But I'm not going to disclose them because I don't want to talk about memes too much because, again, memes is just not my industry. Memes are just not in my... Memes are not my sector, and I don't want to end up, you know, talking... even me just saying I hold FWOG, I'm worried that people might... Even though I'm not a big content creator, I'm not, you know, Murad. But even now, I know people here seem to appreciate what I do for the space, and they might even take my word as a holy grail. And please don't. Do your own research, please. I just give you guidance. Give you sort of foundation to where to look. But, yeah, I think FWOG is one that I do hold. I hold some other ones as well. You know, trying to make a little bit extra capital leading up to the bull cycle. We're going to put more of it into Casper. Trying to be a Casper max seat so added well. Yeah, I know. I mean, good to you, my man. Well, I've not heard about Well actually. Let's look at it. I mean, I'll hold other projects as well. So yeah, Moonwell. It's got 154 million market cap, 30 million trading volume. Does anyone else not? I mean, I know people actually. There's another one that Mr. Miles and someone else sent me another, you know, crypto checker, so to speak. I don't like this new UI from CoinMarketCap right here. I like the old one. It jars my head. Aerodrome Finance, Coinbase, some decent exchanges, yeah. All time. Wow, what is that? What? Okay, that looks mental. Seeing that in the past. What, 2 days? 3 days? 3 days is sort of 70% rise. Interesting. Right. Well, that's yeah, I don't know what to say to that. Maybe I'll look into it more. What is the project even about? Very basic research, of course. It's a lending and borrowing protocol on Base. Oh, it's on Base, Moonbeam, and River. Okay. Lending and borrowing. So what is a crypto custody sort of thing then? I know crypto custody is doing quite well in terms of a thing. If that's what it actually is, then interesting. Okay, well that's something I might look into then, because I know something like institutions will be very, very eager for something like this. So yeah, something I'll probably look into a little bit, but I'm not saying I'm going to get into it. Full disclosure, I'm just saying it's something that has at least piqued my interest. You know, worth looking into, because again, Casper's great, but there are other ways to make money in this space. So it's worth looking into as many projects as you can to see if you want to diversify. If you want to go all on Casper, go for it. Nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. Casper, if you're going to go only in the project, I think Casper's the one you go into. Someone buying a pizza with Casper so we can recreate the 100 billion Bitcoin pizza meme. Imagine. I've been seeing, someone put it in my chat earlier, actually. I think it was Mr. Mars that commented on it, saying that, yeah, you can buy Casper right now. You can buy coffee with Casper, which is like, it's cool, but why would you buy coffee with Casper right now? Like, actually, why would you? Like, you could, and you end up giving what, like 200 Casper, let's just say, for a cup of coffee, when that 200 Casper is going to be worth like $100,000 in the future or something stupid. Like, no. Like, even now, if I had I don't hold much Bitcoin, but if I had Bitcoin, I wouldn't buy anything with Bitcoin. Like, Bitcoin's going to go higher. Why would I do that? While fiat's still a thing, I'm better off just, you know, exchanging my Bitcoin into, you know, holding my Bitcoin. Even then, I just wouldn't use Bitcoin. I just don't know. No, I don't want to. Okay, well, I'm seeing a bingo bango saying pro someone else here. I'm not going to put that up because, again, I don't know what is allowed and not allowed on YouTube. And I'm not going to get banned, please. So I've got some Chris and Buff links into each other. That's good to see. Yeah, so we have a big token unlock in 20 days. Visas are pumping the price. Check crypto ranks. Yeah, it's also possible. Definitely possible. I don't disagree. Again, Sui have paid people to promote projects, so you know. Casper vessel started, guys. It looks like it. It does, and I'm happy about it. Good morning, Mr. Miles. Welcome to the stream. Thank you much for joining, my man. Conan, easy 50 mil. I mean, right now, look at Conan. Conan right now is sitting at 1.7 mil, so that's, you know, 25x from here possible. I see that from here. I don't see why not. With the listings, if it gets the listings and adoption, I think it's possible. I noticed Casper pumps when exchanges are buying. So if you're tracing, that means exchanges listings is getting close. That's also possible. Again, I think right now the sell season behind Casper kind of just faded out now. All people who didn't believe in Casper, those content creators and holders alike who have sold most of their Casper to get into ones that are pumping like Sui, you know, they're out. and Casper's had it sell off, and now the price is back up. Again, Wolfie even confirms that in this roundtable, alongside everything else he confirmed about the tier 1 listings, eager to list Casper and whatnot. He also confirmed that people are flooding Casper. What we're seeing is not anything new. But Casper has correction cycles, as Jay Honey also showed, as I showed Jay Honey said anyways. Like it's not uncommon. But yeah, that's what I've been doing the whole time. I'm not sold a single token, not even a single sprinkle of Casper. I'm not sold anything, and I'm not going to, not at least till it reach $1. Like I'm not selling any of my Casper. I'm gonna keep filling my bags. And Casper had a good pump today. Seemingly it's correcting right now. And if it does, so be it. If Casper comes back down below here, I'll buy more. 100%. I mean, even then, I'm still contemplating buying some more anyways because it's still early. I listen to your VODs at 1.25x speed, and you always talk slow to me. On lives. You know what? It's funny actually because it's like a real weird middle ground. Because I'm on live and I'm speaking so much. Pretty much for an hour straight. Actually, I've been talking for an hour and. I did not even realize that this stream's been going on for that long. Oh my gosh. An hour and 15 minutes. No, okay, Mr. Marston's laughing right now. I know he is. I thought it was only an hour stream. I didn't realize we've been talking for so long. Okay, well, I'm going to be wrapping up very shortly then. Damn, I've got a lot to do today as well. I didn't realize that. Yeah, point being is, I'll go through a stage of talking quickly and then slowly. So I'm sure it's you constantly have to adjust your speed volume. Yeah, we need Jay to do Eminem rap God of Godzilla. No, there's no way. I could not manage that at all. I cannot manage that at all. Okay, I'm going to answer just a few more questions because I have been. Yeah. Casper Plus knows adoption is at 95%. I still bet on 100%. No, the 100% will happen with 10 BPS. That won't happen with listings. That happen with 10 BPS, which will happen in Q1. What else? It's all good. It's all good talk with the Labour, man. I clocked on. It's fine. How can Vegas be as bad? I mean, I don't think they're as bad as the United States, but they are still terrible. They're terrible in the UK. I know we haven't got Gary Gensler, but our political parties are much better. Trust me. You are paid. Oh, you're paid. I mean, you are paid promoted for SWE and actually being legit. But I mean, it makes all sense. All makes sense. But I can tell you from insider knowledge it was a pass the whole crypto market. I mean, you're paid to say that. That's what I'm gonna say. It is what it is. Like, I hold SWE, so if it does, then great. But I'm not selling my Casper for SWE. There's no way I'm doing that. About off the grid, big names getting paid to promote something. I'm instantly thinking of FTX. Yeah, I do understand the sentiment behind that. It's always a way about big corporates. When they're pushing something so hard, you get big people like talking about it that just talking it to FUD it and to rug it. But that's why I'm not directly investing into SWE itself, into off the grid itself. I'm using that as a catalyst to get more attention to gaming projects. So I'm looking at more gaming cryptos in itself. It's a good incentive to me. Oh, there you go. So you want to talk about it anyway, so yeah, cool, whatever. Yeah, no, I'm slowing down now. I'm now skipping questions. Alright, you need to chill out, sir. Yeah, I'm just ignoring those questions now. Where did you buy the clown status? Okay. About the power law, the last ban was added fairly recently this year, and if it's lower than that, could keep adding more bans. Not the most honest method. Yeah, again, I didn't actually know that. Mr. Marshall thankfully let me know, but again, power law's not do or die. It's the indicator to show, yeah, this is the absolute bottom. So if you ignore that one, then Casper is slightly below it, but as the power law indicates, it should recover above it. That's also why that also makes sense. If you look at it again, look closely, you can see Casper, every time it reached the buy region here, actually rebounded off that. Apart from the 2 times where it actually corrected below it, which is now and at the very beginning. But even then, it rebounded off here a few times, then came below it, but it should be reversing very, very soon. No. Don't keep my name out your mouth. It's not me. I didn't do nothing. Check out Dog K. Yeah, I did I made a stream on it 2 days ago talking about Dog K. Here, at one point it had a higher market cap than Nacho. It had only had 430 holders, and it's also got 100% pre-mint. It's just fishy. Something that I wouldn't get into. When you pick a meme coin with potential, in your opinion, what would you choose? I mean, yeah, my meme tokenology is very, very limited. From what I know, meme tokens you don't invest into the meme token, you invest into the cult and the community. What I mean by that is you invest into a token that seemingly got a massive cult status behind it. People who are so blindly bullish on it, like arguably like we are Captain Maxis, I guess, but even more cult-like bullish with it because it's a meme token. And the reason why you invest into that because it means that when the token's doing badly, they're still good to buy more into it, so keep the token alive. And then you try and have to find one that has that, but then also the community with it. They're going to keep talking about the project time and time again and raising more awareness anyway. So that's what you've got to look for meme tokens. That's not hard. It's not easy to find. It's not. There are some memes will be good for pump and dumps and making quick gains, but they're the hardest ones. And the ones that I've seen really, really good. Again, FWOG seems to be one right now. The other ones that I do hold, which I might talk about in the future. But again, right now, if I talk about it, meme tokens, it will most likely be in my Discord server. It'll be my Discord server. It won't be in the stream much because, that's something that I think is memes are too risky, and I want to, I don't want to say something that's wrong. People who are my server who know that I'm just trying to help people out. People who might be on stream just think, oh, I'm just an internet guy talking. So I have some other memes that I do hold. I might talk about them, but right now it's not going to be worth my time to do it because I don't want to, sell you a false dream. I don't want to end up sharing you something that's going to end up collapsing. That's the last thing I want to do. I don't want to lose anyone money. Why did you talk about Casper then? Because Casper's not going to lose you money. Not in my opinion, at least. Yeah, I've heard Turbo's doing very, very well right now. Very, very well. Oh, gosh. I just blame Mr. Miles. I'm going to blame Mr. Miles again for making me talk so long. It's just always his fault. Well, yeah, 50% on the daily is doing very, very well. Damn. Yeah, Turbo's doing crazy numbers. People who heard Turbo, big up to you guys. I do hold alts, memes, and small allocation, but I'm a Captain Maxi for sure. Alts for sure, poor profit memes, and rolling into Casper. Exactly like me, my man. I think it's a smart strategy. I have to go through all the questions. Oh, thank you. Nacho now listed on Pionex overseas. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's not Pionex US, but it's Pionex. Yeah, so that's good. We're going to see more adoption coming to Nacho and hopefully come to Casper as well. But yeah, anyways, that is going to be it for the stream. An hour and 22 minutes. Damn, these streams are getting longer and longer, and it's because people keep joining the streams. I love you guys. You're joining and interacting more, making the streams even more enjoyable, getting more popular. I mean, if Casper starts going on its run, which seems to be happening more and more, I'm sure we're going to get more people in the streams as well. It's going to grow more and more. The streams, the community in itself, the Discord server as well. So again, make sure you check that out. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching. As always, leave a like if you're enjoying the streams. Help get more than you know. Share with your friends and family to get them involved in Casper, crypto, and the stream and the servers. And subscribe for more to not miss out on any future videos and live streams. And yeah, back same time tomorrow.